Damn, it's a cold night. It is 7 degrees out. God damn. Where did we leave off at? Oh yeah, Dave Chappelle. Oh, this looks funny. Wait, no, we gotta go back. Fuck this. Wait, we'll come back to that one. Alright, yeah. Hold on.
Mr. Trump, I believe the food pyramid was created to make Americans morbidly obese. I was working on re-engineering it to remove seed oils when I noticed something at the base. Right there. Why is Dave DeMoss at the bottom of the food pyramid? Because that's where the most servings are.
My God, it all makes so much sense. But why is she part of the pyramid at all?
I believe she was put there to weigh it down. I struggled to wrap
Look at
my
the Sears
head around
Tower.
it all, so I called in an expert on pyramids.
Blue and red.
Tell Donald what you found.
All right. Well, as you know, it's the food pyramid. And what else has pyramids? Egypt. I did some research and found this photo of Egyptian slaves building the pyramids. I was surprised to see how fat they are. Then I saw this. What the hell is the former Assistant Secretary of Health and Human Services doing at the building of the pyramids? Very well done, RFK and Joe Rogan, who discovered my secret plan to increase the size of the population, literally. You see, the planet I'm from considers fat people to be extremely beautiful. You should see the size of the semis we have in our world. TLC would make billions.
Mr. Trump, I believe the food pyramid was created to make Americans morbidly obese. I was working on re-engineering it to remove seed oils when I noticed something at the base. Right there. Why is Dave DeMoss at the bottom of the food pyramid? Because that's where the most servings are.
My God, it all makes so much sense. But why is she part of the pyramid at all?
I believe she was put there to weigh it down. I struggled to wrap my head around it all, so I called in an expert on pyramids. Come in, Joe. Tell Donald what you found.
All right. Well, as you know, it's the food pyramid. And what else has pyramids? Egypt. I did some research and found this photo of Egyptian slaves building the pyramids. I was surprised to see how fat they...
That's okay.
Soon do you want the Department of Education to be closed?
Oh, I'd like it to be closed immediately. Look, the Department of Education's a big con job. We're ranked, so they rank the top 40 countries in the world. We're ranked number 40.
That's horrible.
We're ranked number 1 in one department, cost per pupil. So we spend more per pupil than any other country in the world, but we're ranked number 40. We've been between 38 and 40. The last time I looked, it was 38, and then I looked 2 days ago, it came out the new list. It came out at number 40, so we're ranked 40. Norway, Denmark, Sweden, I hate to say it, China, as big as it is, it's ranked in the top 5. And that's a primary competitor. We're ranked number 40. So if we're ranked number 40, that means something's really wrong.
That's
Soon do
right.
you want the Department of Education to be closed?
Oh, I'd like it to be closed immediately. Look, the Department of Education's a big con job. We're ranked, so they rank the top 40 countries in the world. We're ranked number 40.
Why?
We're ranked number 1 in one department, cost per pupil. So we spend more per pupil than any other country in the
That's
world.
insane.
But we're ranked number 40. We've been between
And
38.
Trump, this
Last
country
time I looked,
right.
it was 38, and then I looked 2 days ago, it came out the new list. It came out at number 40, so we're ranked 40.
That's sad.
Norway,
And it's true.
Denmark, Sweden, I hate to say it, China, as big as it is, it's ranked in the top 5. And that's a primary competitor. We're ranked number 40.
Why is there a light on?
We're ranked number 40, that means something's really wrong.
Soon do you want the Department of Education to be closed?
Oh, I'd like it to be closed immediately. Look, the Department of Education.
Oh, her name's Olive Garden.
Hey bro, driving through your inner blackout van. Rolling talking summer pocket, baby girl a road man. Elbow deep beside your baby daddy car grabbing bags. I ain't talking about the nasty when I say I wanna bang. We ain't spilling tea, we spilling blood. I ain't eating crumpets, I'm eating pasta from a Dante Vinny sub. We ain't rocking in the club, we rocking cuffs. You think you're meeting Becky, baby, put your hands up.
Oh wait, can't play music.
Wanna bang, bang, bang,
Yeah, you were.
bang, bang,
You gotta cut out parts.
wanna bang, bang, bang.
Oh, this is Ollie.
Bang, bang. I wanna bang, bang, bang.
I was walking with my sister. Now, my sister was dressed in all Muslim garb, as were her children. And I was dressed as Dave Chappelle. We were walking and just talking about something, and a car sped around the corner and the window came down, and somebody threw a snowball and hit me right in my shoulder. I didn't know what was going on. Why was this happening? Because I am black, because she's Muslim, because I'm Dave Chappelle. I couldn't tell. But again, I knew it was premeditated, because who the fuck has a snowball in a warm car? But it didn't make it all the way through, lady, because it went around the corner and got stopped at a red light, and I ran out into the street, and I just tapped on its window. Hey, my man, can I just talk to you guys for a second? Come on out for a second. I just want to talk to you. There's 4 young white dudes in the car. They're like, just chill, bro. Just relax. I just want to talk. Now, this is an old black trick. Really, I didn't want to talk. I was going to fuck them up. So, if you ever caught in traffic and a black guy starts saying he just want to talk to you, don't open the door, nigga. And even if he's me, smiling at you. I was walking with my sister. Now, my sister was...
I'd open the door for Dave Chappelle. Even if he was gonna yank me out of the car. I'm gonna have to stop this. I want to listen to the song.
With the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy for one payment. My name is Charlotte Nicholson, and we help everyday people grow their income with this one simple method, and we're pretty darn good at it. Our company, Publishing.com, was named the 19th.
Earlier today, I put out a video about Elon Musk and how it was recently revealed that he had a secret child with a right-wing influencer by the name of Ashley St. Clair. At the end of the video, I acknowledged that I knew that people would be upset by what I said in that video. I acknowledged that I knew that what I was saying was not popular at the time. But I said that everything I said in that video would age like fine wine, and that people would agree with me 6 months from now, even though they're going against what I'm saying right now in the current time. Well, folks, this is the way the universe works. Don't get mad at me. You know, I was thinking that maybe months down the line, people will realize I was right when new information gets revealed or something.
It's a military strategy, and I'm not answering your questions on military strategy. All right, one more, Brian. Go ahead. Brian.
Could you give us a preview of what you might be talking to leaders of Congress and expected to come here the next couple of days? And you've got a very supportive Congress behind you.
They're great. So we have a wonderful Republican Congress. We have a leader that I have a lot of confidence in. He's going to be hopefully a great leader, great speaker. We have a leader, by the way. Senate, I think, has been great. John Thune has been doing fantastic. But it goes through the House first. And the question is whether or not we will do those and whether I can live either way. I like the idea of the one big one. I can live either way. But they'll be coming down. The senators also will be coming down. And ultimately we'll be meeting in the White House in a few weeks. But right now this is winter season. You know, they sort of call this the winter White House. It was built, I don't know if you know this, Marjorie Meriwether Post, E.F. Hutton built this. It was the greatest of all the estates in the country. And I saved it, and I got a lot of credit for saving it. Most of these big great houses have been knocked down in Raleigh. Just about all of them were saved, including 10 mansions on one side. But we saved it. But this was built as this other American. And she gave it to the government. And Jimmy Carter gave it back.
And you guys can't hear it.
Actually, Jimmy Carter, Nixon was through Watergate. He came down. Nixon came to Congress.
What's up, Richard Phillips? I see you retracted your message.
And Jimmy Carter felt that it was too extravagant for the country, so fortunately for me, he gave it back to the foundation.
us another SNL 50 episode to see how this one is.
All right, you knuckleheads, listen up. I bet you think robbing a convenience store is pretty boss, huh?
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
Get that. Hey, all right. Yeah, you may think this is one big joke, but it's not. That's why I invited 2 representatives from the Scared Straight program. They're inmates over at Larchmont Maximum Security Prison, and they're here to warn you about the dangers of a criminal lifestyle. McIntosh, Bay, get here! All right, here it comes! Sit your asses down! Man, I said on your feet! Sit your asses down before I kick somebody in this mother. All right. My name is Lorenzo McIntosh. My name is all the way Ray May. Cause I don't do nothing half. What they in here for, Chief? Let me guess, manipulating crypto market? No, it's terrible guess. No, I caught these little bozos shoplifting. Oh, shoplifting, huh? Oh, it starts with shoplifting. Guess where it ends? Genocide.
Hell no.
Boy, you better listen up. You think you tough? Huh? You real street? Well, guess what? When I was a boy, I watched both my parents die in these streets. That's right. And the family that adopted him made him sleep under the staircase. Till one day I got a letter from an owl telling me I had to report to some kind of school for wizards. Is that what you want? Huh?
6 degrees out, god damn it,
He who must not be named before he gets his hands on the Sorcerer's Stone? Cause this here is real.
That's definitely Harry Potter.
Hey, boy, you better... Oh, shut your damn mouth. Shut your damn mouth. You must be out your mind. Cause in prison, there'll be a dude entering your chamber of secrets. He'll be slipping
Thirsty,
right
homie?
into your ass cabane.
Drink
You're
on.
not gonna be in Hogwarts. There'll be warts on your hog. From the Hufflepuffet. Then the dude I would describe as Sirius Black is gonna wave his wand in your face and say, expecto fellatio. No. Absolutely not. Come on now. Come on. Expecto fellatio. Good Lord, fellas. Come on. That's a children's book, okay? Come on. Well, that's on us, Chief. You know? We stepped on the line. That's just a 2-point shot. Now, which one of y'all is the ring leader? Well, I didn't realize it was National Rat Out of Latino Day. Oh, yeah, look at them pretty brown eyes. They're gonna love you in prison, Ariano Paquino. Now, why'd you shoplift, huh?
I was just trying to impress my girlfriend. She thick as hell.
You think I never tried to impress a woman? You know, once I was a 400-pound professor, huh? And I fell in love with Jane Pinkett. But he was ashamed of his weight, so he drank a serum that turned him into Buddy Love. Isn't that what you want, huh? Isn't it? Then you go to a dinner at the club house and you realize that everybody at the table is the same person. Cause this is real.
Okay, that's almost certainly the Nutty Professor.
Oh, yeah! So that's what you're gonna go get. You better shut your damn mouth. Because in prison, you'll be professing your love of nuts, all right. But you won't be losing no 200 pounds. You'll be gaining 9 inches. They're gonna give you a secret coaching muscle relaxers. You be handling so many dudes at once, they'll all be cheering at the same time. Hercules! Hercules! Absolutely not! No, hey, I left that door way too long because I'm a fan of the film. Now, come on. These are children, fellas, all right? 30-year-old children. Come on. Hey.
Is that Will Ferrell?
Who's wearing their spring uniform? Who the hell is this guy? That's Big Red. That's right. They call me Big Red. Because of your hair? No, because I'm well read. I got 6 GEDs and a nagging UTI. And I'd like to offer a counterpoint. Prison? Actually really fun. I'm in an improv group. I'm scrapbooking like crazy.
What the fuck is up here? Why is nobody fucking... Oh, is this a car accident?
Outside, I never used to get laid. Now I'm having sex 50, 60 times a day. It's incredible. Yeah, don't let all of that fool you. This man is tough as nails. Tough as press-on nails. You better believe that, Buster. Yeah, tell him your story, Red. Well, you see, I was abandoned as a baby by my human parents. So I was forced to grow up at the North Pole. And you know, well, I'm gonna skip ahead. It's Elf. I'm talking about Elf. But guess what? This is real. This is Elf. I mean real.
Wait. So you were an elf? I knew you were a little bitch.
Oh,
Rose
god
Sauce,
damn!
engineered for the spontaneous. A dissolving
Oh,
restriction treatment
goddamn.
that's powered by the active ingredients contained in Viagra
Got the
and
charger.
Cialis to give
I
sparks
guarantee it was the
faster
charger
acting
swap.
and long-lasting results. Connect with a medical provider at ro.co/sparks.
Oh. God damn, that's a bitch. Like, subscribe, share,
Mint Mobile,
thumbs
we're
up.
always looking for innovative ways to save you money, so you can keep paying $15 a month for premium wireless. That's why instead of hiring an expensive director for this commercial, we found someone willing to work for candy and approval. Hey, sweetie, Daddy's face is up here. Okay, there you go. All right, admit. Too high, honey. There you go. Hey.
Shut up.
There's no need to feel down. I said, young man.
Oh, hell no. I'm gonna get copyright for that music. Man, not one fucking gas pump open. What the fuck?
Donald Trump was the single most powerful man walking the earth as a Democrat.
Hey, there's Trump with Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, all friends.
Way back in the day, that was Hillary Clinton, and Hillary Clinton went to Donald Trump's wedding. They were friends.
Is that his same wife?
Played the game, as he said many times over. Donald Trump and Bill Clinton had a cozy relationship. You can see here with Melania.
I didn't know that.
Donald Trump breaking Bill Clinton's balls, as it were. Trump always knows, man. When Trump started running for president, he had a very different tune on Bill Clinton. In fact, one of Trump's first comments about Bill Clinton, before he even announced for president, was that Bill Clinton was going to have a little problem with Epstein Island.
Bill Clinton. Nice guy. Got a lot of problems coming up, in my opinion, with the famous island with Jeffrey Epstein. A lot of problems.
Nobody even knew how to process that at the time. It wasn't mean yet. Of course, now we have sleuthed photos of Bill Clinton's only child's wedding with the Jeffrey Epstein madame invited. Right, standing right there is Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh my, what did she know? What does everyone know now?
I'm gonna run out of gas waiting for a gas pump here. God damn.
A private island. Jeffrey Epstein, many times.
There's a gas
show
pump.
that
This guy tripped like a fucking
27
jagoff.
times on the Lolita Express, and multiple court documents show that some of the victims on that island remember Bill Clinton being there. This hasn't been a career ender yet for Bill Clinton because all the documents aren't out. These were documents under seal. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have all of the information on Jeffrey Epstein. Probably 99% of all of the Fed's info on Epstein is still under wraps. Will it be like that forever? Just this morning, Elon Musk saying inquiring minds want to know why Dick Durbin has blocked the release of the Epstein client list for years. What could possibly be the reason? Dick Durbin has been using all of his power to stop the Epstein list from coming out. Does beg the question, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's up, car fan?
Why are you such a dick? Dick? Listen to this.
Why won't you subpoena Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs?
So, who are you?
Hillary Vaughn with Fox.
Fox, of course. I don't know
Fox,
anything
of course.
about his flight logs.
But why won't you subpoena them? Why don't you want to know?
Well, the issue. I know who Epstein was, but I certainly don't know anything about the issue.
Well, he was charged with sex trafficking, so why don't you want to know who was utilizing his private plane?
They're going to that accident over there.
Senator Blackburn has wanted to subpoena them, and there hasn't been a vote in your committee.
Not a word to me. Not a word.
But aren't you curious, like, what high-profile or powerful people might be closeted predators and pedophiles? Doesn't that concern you?
Should.
So why won't you subpoena them if you can?
First time anyone has raised it, think.
Aren't you concerned what powerful people might be predators? Yeah. I think Dick knows exactly who would be on that list, and so does Pam Bondi, the new Attorney General, who does have the power actually to release this list. Dick Durbin there in the Senate, in charge of the Judiciary Committee. He's now lost that seat now that the Senate is in Republican hands, and the Epstein list is coming out. Pam Bondi, Trump's new.
Sorry, hold on. Come on, go forward, you fucking retard. You know, that shit's stolen. Look like a fucking jag-off, bro. Oh, you ain't getting gas. Fucking move the fuck out the fucking way. Jag-off. Hey Trump, you see them gas prices? I need you to get them gas prices down, man. I know it's only been like barely 2 weeks. I was being a little harsh. I thought you were in office a little longer, but I was a little off on the time frame.
A friend of his, a continuing friend of his for years and years, contrasts that with Donald Trump, who hasn't spoken to him in many years, over a decade, after he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago for bad behavior. So that's the difference there, and I think Americans see the two-tier justice system. But, you know, we don't know. They're saying Clinton has not been to his private island, but he has traveled all over the world with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know why A.G. Garland and the Justice Department are so quiet on this tonight. You know, they're out there labeling parents domestic terrorists, yet they're saying nothing about this. And these documents were so slow to come out. Human trafficking is a multi-billion-dollar business.
Here, I gotta get gas. Let's go try to go back past that accident so we got something exciting. I'm gonna pause this while I get gas. We'll be back.
Years where she belongs. And if people in that report are still fighting to keep their names private, Sean, they have no legal basis to do so unless they're a child, a victim, or a cooperating defendant by some chance against some potential.
Where did we leave off at? We were on those Epstein files. Right there, that one.
There's one single video that's responsible for leading over 2,000 Christian men to permanently quitting the P word. And this video that I'll share with you in a second has been creating waves on social media that sparked a movement of men stepping up and breaking free from the chains of the secret life they've been living behind closed doors. So here's the deal. If you click on the link somewhere on this page, you're going to be able to watch that very same video and see the plan that worked for all of them. But I know you may be wondering how this video could possibly help after you tried all the things that I tried for 17 years. Resisting temptation by increasing your willpower.
You talk about being a faggot?
And Clinton has not been to his private island, but he has traveled all over the world with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, there they are. Right there, see
A.G. Garland and the Justice Department are so quiet on this tonight. You know, they're out there labeling parents domestic terrorists, yet they're saying nothing about this. And these documents are so slow to come out. Human trafficking is a multi-billion-dollar business in this country. And Jeffrey
highlight of the
Epstein
video
is
everyone's
dead,
gonna miss.
And Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison for 20 years where she belongs. And if people in that report are still fighting to keep their names private, Sean, they have no legal basis to do so unless they're a child, a victim, or a cooperating defendant by some chance against some potential case against Ghislaine Maxwell. And I think Mark Garagos, as a great criminal defense attorney, will back that up as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, we may actually get the episodes. Pam Bondi is a huge fan of Donald Trump. Donald Trump's a huge fan of Pam Bondi.
I'm a huge fan of Donald Trump.
This gets released because it will destroy the Democrats. But it should destroy the people who are the major predators, sickos, and demons who engage in these activities. And Donald Trump, as we know,
charge it down.
Was the only celebrity, the only person who testified against Jeffrey Epstein when he caught his first case in Palm Beach for underage prostitution.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Trump was the only man who showed up to help the prosecution. Trump is regularly on the record promised to release these
Would
files.
you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Trump. Get on it. Get on it.
I did a lot of it.
But we need to get price of gas, Trump. We need that. I know it's only been 2 weeks. But I need you to start
But a
getting
lot
them
of
gas
people-
prices down, bro.
People went to that island. But fortunately, I was not one of them.
It's just very strange for a lot of people that the list of clients that went to the island has not been made public.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Probably will be.
So if you're able to, you'll be.
Yeah, I'd certainly take a look at it. Now, Kennedy's interesting because it's so many years ago. You know, they do that for danger, too, because, you know, it endangers certain people, et cetera, et cetera. So Kennedy is very different from the Epstein thing. But yeah, I'd be inclined to do the Epstein. I'd have no problem with it.
I have no problem with it. Trump saying because those people are still alive. People who went to Epstein Island, they're still around. And Bill Clinton, they're still around. This is a sequence and a step to destroy the entire dynasties that stood against Donald Trump. This is the final link in the chain to destroy Bill Clinton and the Clinton dynasty and the Obama dynasty. By extension, the entire left-wing dynasty. Because then you'll be able to see these people for who they really are. The confirmed U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi is calling for the Epstein files to be released.
Yeah, me too.
Buckle up. Attorney General Pam Bondi demanding to release the Epstein list. The odds that it is declassified by April are up by 20%.
Hey, that's Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky.
Donald Trump already ordered the declassification of JFK, RFK, and MLK. Everything will be revealed, he said.
Cool.
In the White House on the first day in office. Everything will be revealed, Trump said in his first speech as president. And so, as we've learned over the past couple of days, Donald Trump is a man of his word. And members of his administration are absolutely bodying Hillary Clinton the way that she bodied Jeffrey Epstein. Hillary Clinton tweeting at Sean Duffy, the new Secretary of Transportation, and getting just completely obliterated. I know you're laughing out because Joe is uncovering your families obscene grifting by USAID. But I won't let you lie. It is facts. Yeah, there's been quite a few people who have said Bill Clinton has way more that he's hiding here. Bill Clinton, Tucker, Spacey, all of Epstein's private plane together. And now, I guess, the Senate Judiciary Dems are folding and are saying, yeah, by all means, release the Epstein list with a photo of Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Okay, let's have at it, man. Let's do it. Senator Durden calls for releasing the Epstein files to the public. Cool. Let's freaking go.
I agree.
Cool. What will we find on those files?
A lot of videos, apparently. Those rooms on the island, I think out in New Mexico, were wired for videos.
Right. And where's the video? I mean, between Diddy and Epstein.
Between Diddy and Epstein?
Yeah. It's kind of weird that the people on those videos are lecturing the rest of us about our moral feelings, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
What is that?
Well, part of how they deflect attention from themselves is by criticizing the morals of others. So they it's sort of like a preemptive moral strike. I mean, as I said, I think that those who are saying Trump is a threat to democracy are themselves actually a threat to democracy.
And, the truth is the law. And the truth shall set you free. We've been living in a fake world where some of the world's biggest monsters have been protected. And it's time for it all to come crashing.
I agree.
We'll be right here for it, ladies and gentlemen. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel.
Hey, like, subscribe, and share to my channel too. Sound system? What happened? I don't know. This might be where.
What's next? What are we gonna learn? We'll be here for you.
This looks interesting.
I love betting on the NBA with family, especially when I've got the world's greatest basketball mind on my side. What's up, Chuck GPT?
What's up, Chuck IRL?
What do you think about this parlay?
It's great, but why don't you use me for something you really need help with?
What is
The red Mustang.
Hundreds of results found.
Uh-oh.
You know he be drifting. That's a Cobra.
Being on time, moisture control, conflict resolution, USDA, straight throw percentage.
New customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Fans.
It's got a wrap on it. Red wrap.
Vegetables.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
This USA thing that's going on, you know, Mike Benz has been on that like a pit bull, and I've been following him on X, and he's going to come back on here and kind of explain everything, but he explained it the last time.
JJ.
Doge and the fraud claims. Elon Musk in the Oval yesterday gave us some information on that. We're just wondering if there's some proof, evidence. Is the White House willing to share evidence of those fraud claims, or can Elon Musk come to the briefing room and share material evidence of what he's talking about?
Sure, I would love for Elon Musk to come to the briefing room. That's why we had him go to the Oval Office yesterday, where I think he provided great answers. He was speaking in layman's terms, speaking common sense to all of you in the media, but also to Americans at home. But I would say especially to all of you in the media, because I think it's a real fallacy that there's this alleged lack of transparency when it comes to Doge. President Trump and Elon Musk have been incredibly transparent on what Doge is doing. There is an X account with the Doge handle. They are tweeting out what they are doing on a daily basis. They have a website where they are posting the receipts of the contracts that they are reviewing and the payments that they have stopped from going out the door. Secretaries of our departments have stopped from going out the door. And I would also say that before it was Elon Musk making our government efficient and accountable, it was some unnamed bureaucrat that none of you knew. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. He's also now one of the most highly scrutinized men in the world alongside President Trump because of what he's doing and the access that he is
They don't
allowed.
want to lose
So
their money,
there's
all
great
them people.
transparency. As for the actual receipts, we are happy to provide them, and I actually brought some today because all of you know I love to bring the receipts. We have contracts upon contracts that we can send and provide this information to you. Let me be very clear. We are not trying to hide anything. We have been incredibly transparent, and we will continue to be. These are screenshots of contracts that Doge found across our government. This is a DEI contract, $36,000 for U.S. citizenship and immigration services. That is against the president's policies and
What's the name of the drink called?
This
Send me
is a
the drink.
$3.4 million contract, a Council for Inclusive Innovation at the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, Department of Commerce, another DEI contract that Doge identified. I can continue to go through these. Oh, I love this one. $57,000 for climate change in Sri Lanka.
Why?
What is this doing to continue the interests of the American people?
For
Absolutely
real?
nothing. These are
I
the
agree.
line items across the federal government that Doge is identifying daily. They're moving very fast. There's a lot of paper that we can show you, but we're happy to do it. This administration has been more than transparent about what Doge is doing. And here's one of their tweets that they posted about the mine. I believe this is in Pennsylvania, where the federal employee retirement system is being processed. Did anybody know this was even happening in our country before Elon Musk talked about it in the Oval Office yesterday? A lot of Americans didn't. So we are providing
text me the name of your
transparency
drink.
and
I'm going
accessibility
down
on a daily basis when it comes to Doge. And I also have a Doge Daily Report, if anybody would like it, on all of the things that they are identifying and finding. We're happy to provide this information to you. We're talking about it every single day.
Are all those things you just mentioned fraud, or are they waste, or are they just contrary to the president's policies?
I would argue that all of these things are fraudulent, they are wasteful, and they are an abuse of the American taxpayer's dollar. This is not what the government should be spending money on. It's contrary to the president's priorities and agenda. And again, we can continue to provide you the receipts for all of the fraud, waste, and abuse. And if anybody
they brought
really wants to
receipts.
argue that the federal government is not fraudulent in some
brought them
capacity,
receipts.
be my guest, because I think the American people watching
I
at
don't
home
have
would beg to
comments.
differ. Mary.
There's no one commenting.
More on the judges. Does the White House believe the courts have the authority to issue these nationwide injunctions?
You may have noticed in my AR-15 right here that there's no serial numbers. No markings of any kind. The reason why that is because the best way to get the guns that you need to prepare for what's coming is to avoid the serial numbers. A lot of people don't know this, but the best way to get your guns is not by buying them at gun shops, like 97% of gun owners do. So I know that might come as a shocker, and it might sound a little bit crazy.
I'm listening.
How do you even get guns unless you buy them, right? But I've actually acquired my own custom AR-15, my own Glock.
You 3D printed it?
Wait, my own 1911 handgun, my own AK-47, and even an AR-9 pistol caliber carbine, all without ever going to a gun shop. And I didn't buy them online. And no, there's no such thing as a gun shop.
Oh, there's the comments.
I didn't use that. Instead, there's a hidden loophole in the Second Amendment that makes it possible for you to get your own guns easier than that. And what's so great about this method is...
Yes, you are right, Chevy 777.
It's the most private way to own guns. It protects you against future gun control. Now, I can't tell you more about it in this video because...
Yeah, because you're running a scam.
...are actually very anti-gun. And they like to censor pro-gun information. But what I've done is put all the information you need inside a super short but powerful
Sure
book
you did, I
called
bet.
the Second Amendment Bible. It shows you the same step-by-step system that I and others use to get guns.
Just 3D print
now,
your
you can't
shit.
find this controversial book anywhere online, at Amazon or anywhere else. It's only on a private website.
Just 3D print it. How about you just use a fucking 3D printer and you just 3D print a gun?
The best
Damn.
part is, for a limited time, it's only while supplies last. You can
I can't get hard, not even with the blue pills. Will the salt trick work for me?
What
All
the
right,
fuck?
pay attention.
Does she got
if
a
you're
penis?
over 35 and not as firm as you should be, or if you're popping the champagne a little too early, I highly recommend the salt trick.
Fucking AI. That was straight AI, that
we believe
commercial.
that the injunctions that have been issued by these judges have no basis in the law and have no grounds, and we will, again, as the president said very clearly yesterday, comply with these orders, but it is the administration's position that we will also ultimately be vindicated, and the president's executive actions that he took were completely within the law, they were constitutional, and we look forward to the day where he can continue to implement his agenda. And I would just add,
Yeah, let me get-
that this is the continuation of the weaponization of justice.
Let me get
that we
4
have
large
seen against
strawberry
President
dragon
Trump.
fruit
He
with
fought it for 2 years
lemonade
on the
and
campaign
extra
trail. It
strawberry.
won't stop him now. Brian.
I want to go back to Doug
That's
just a
it.
second. Earlier, the subcommittee headed by Chairman Marshall Green, currently her staff, discovered $2.7 trillion in improper payments. Medicare, Medicaid, overseas.
A lot of money.
People who should not have gotten it.
Overseas?
Some of them might have missed that
You're getting Medicare in China?
Elaborate on what the president is thinking at this time.
Well, again, that's another example. There's a very long list of the fraud, waste, and abuse that they're just identifying on a daily basis. Elon Musk also talked about yesterday about Social Security payments that are going out the door for people who are no longer with us. Unfortunately, I would say that is certainly fraud. There's also a lot of contracts they've identified that, just as a hypothetical example, are $1 million, but only 500,000 went out the door. So where's the rest of that cash? And so that's the thing. Those are the things that Doge is working on every single day. And I would just remind everybody in this room, this is what President Trump campaigned on doing. He's delivering on a promise that 77 million people elected him to do. James.
Hey, don't forget about the cheap gas, though, Trump. I need that cheap gas, man.
First,
I need you to get them Keystone Pipelines workers back to work, man. And we need to start drilling our own oil. Quit buying Dubai's fucking oil and giving them all of our money. Fuck Dubai. We gonna start selling oil to Dubai. How about that? So we can be a thriving city like Dubai
As you
is.
mentioned, the president in his truth, following the phone call with Vladimir Putin, said that he has asked Secretary of State Rubio, the director of the CIA, John Ratcliffe, our national security advisor here at the White House, Michael Watts, and Steve Witkoff to lead the negotiations. As for General Keith Kellogg, he remains a critical part of this team in this effort. He's played a tremendous role in getting the negotiations to this point, and he's very much still part of the Trump administration.
Subject is Iran. I took note of President Trump's comments in his Super Bowl interview with our colleague Brett Baer to the effect that he wants to do a deal with Iran. However, that interview appeared after the supreme leader of Iran, the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, had already ruled out any additional negotiations with the United States. So kind of a two-part question. A, what gives the president any confidence that Iran will come to the table? And B, more fundamentally, why is the president interested in doing a deal with Iran instead of doing everything he can, perhaps short of U.S. military intervention, to try and take the end of any of his own supporters regarding the evil regime?
Well, the president has made it very clear that he will never allow Iran to have nuclear capabilities. That is a red line that he has drawn, and he will not allow that to happen. But you asked why President Trump wants to do the deal. I would remind you, he's the master of the art of the deal. He is America's deal maker in chief. He leads from a position of securing peace through strength. And I think time and time again already, in just 4 weeks, we have seen the president being able to negotiate successful deals with our partners, our adversaries, all around this world. The release of Mark Fogel just last night is something that I think speaks to the president's deal-making ability. This is something that the Biden administration allegedly tried to do for 3.5 years. I think you all should go back and ask some of those Biden administration officials what they even tried to do and why weren't they successful, because for 3.5 years Mark Fogel sat in a Russian prison, and it took President Trump 3 weeks to get him back on American soil. There's nobody better
Trump's a boss
than Donald Trump.
No, there's not.
President Zelensky has said,
fuck Zelensky.
He wants NATO membership or nuclear weapons. We heard Defense Secretary Hegseth say
Oh, he ain't getting that with Trump.
Was unrealistic. What's the president's view on the other option?
That's extremely unrealistic.
I have not talked to President Trump about Ukraine's NATO membership or other nuclear capabilities.
Ukraine needs to become our 51st state.
But I will
right
tell
after,
you again that Secretary Rubio
and then Greenland needs to become our 52nd.
With President Zelensky in Munich on Friday, and I'm sure they will provide a readout of that conversation and that discussion.
Question: given that this administration has called on Europe to take more responsibility for their own defense, I'm wondering, will the EU or any other European nation other than Ukraine be involved in these peace talks?
I don't have any European nations who are involved currently to read out for you. Certainly, the president has employed a very strong team or deployed a very strong team to continue these negotiations. And the fact that he was on the phone with both President Putin and President Zelensky today shows that he's very much involved in this effort as well.
Trump's a boss.
Should we expect the president to negotiate in person with Zelensky and
I don't have anything to read out on that for you today. Maggie, good to see you.
You talked about the transparency.
Let's make America a great time again, everyone.
Press availability yesterday.
Because Joe Biden ruined it.
Interest law in place that says that people who have personal interests can't interact with government entities that can touch on those. Has President Trump signed a waiver for Elon Musk? Does such a thing exist? If it does, will you guys release it in the interest of transparency that is committed to?
I have not seen the law that you are referring to. What I can tell you is that Elon Musk, as I've confirmed before, is a special government employee. He is filing the proper financial disclosure, and he is complying with all applicable federal laws. As you also heard Elon address this directly yesterday in the alleged conflict of interest, and he said everything he's doing is very public, and if you all perceive a conflict of interest, you're welcome to bring that up. And as the president said, if he feels like Elon is engaging in something that's a conflict of interest, he will tell Elon not to do that. And Elon also said yesterday that before he moves forward with anything, he consults with the President of the United States. So we're very
quit believing fake news on whatever they twist the story around to.
Kate.
Thanks, Caroline. I have a few things for you, but on the commitment by President Trump, he said that he and President Putin agreed to visit each other's respective nations. Are there any preconditions that President Trump has that President Putin must do before he goes and meets with them, withdrawing some forces, withdrawing all forces, anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of. That doesn't mean they don't exist. But I was just talking with the president in our national security team. I wasn't made aware of any conditions, but if they exist, I'm happy to provide those.
And on the president himself, he sells himself as this master negotiator. He is now doing these negotiations, saying that they start immediately. We did hear from the defense secretary, Pete Hegseth, today saying that NATO membership is not realistic for Ukraine, and neither is returning to pre-2014 borders. Aren't they giving away bargaining chips before these negotiations?
Fuck Ukraine.
Again, I haven't talked to the president about Ukraine's NATO membership, and he
Ukraine could be our 51st state for all that fucking money we gave them. How about that?
Negotiations as well. And I'm sure if you ask him that question in the near future, when you're able to, he'll give you an answer. I just don't want to get ahead of him on it.
If you think Tesla changed the world and made an army of stock market millionaires, just wait until you see what Elon Musk could be planning next. Thanks to Elon's new connections inside Washington, things are moving quickly, and it's even got a name.
On X, and he's going to come back up.
Oh, wow.
Doge and the fraud claims. Elon Musk in the Oval yesterday gave us some information on that. We're just wondering.
Oh, wow, I never knew you could change channel like this.
Just following up on the question on immigration first, President Trump during the course of the campaign in 2024 said the following about illegal immigration. He said, they're going back home where they belong, and we start with the criminals. There are many, many criminals. NBC News has learned that ICE arrested 1,179 undocumented immigrants on Sunday, but nearly half of them, 566 of the migrants, appear to have no prior criminal record besides entering the country illegally. Is the president still focused exclusively, which is a civil crime, it's not criminal?
It's federal crime.
So I'm asking though, he said he was going to focus on those
federal
violent
crime.
offenders first. So is violent offenders no longer the predicate for these people to be deported?
The president has said countless times on the campaign trail, I've been with him at the rallies, I know you've been there covering them too, Peter, that he is focused on launching the largest mass deportation operation in American history of illegal criminals. And if you are an individual, a foreign national, who illegally enters the United States of America, you are, by definition, a criminal. And so therefore you are subject to deportation.
Common
I apologize
sense.
for interrupting. So to be clear, it's not violent criminals do not receive precedence in terms of the deportations taking
The
place.
president has also said two things can be true at the same time. We want to deport illegal criminals, illegal immigrants from this country, but the president has said that, of course, the illegal criminal drug dealers, the rapists, the murderers, the individuals who have committed heinous acts on the interior of our country and who have terrorized law-abiding American citizens, absolutely, those should be the priority of ICE, but that doesn't mean that the other illegal criminals who enter our nation's borders are off the table.
Let me ask you a separate question about the confusion that still exists across the country right now as it relates to the freeze or pause as it's described. President Trump, of course, ran one of the key policy items was if he was going to lower prices, lower the cost of everything from groceries, as he often said.
It's only been 2 weeks. Give him a break.
It would seem that some of these moves could raise
It
prices
will for a
real
little bit,
Americans.
yeah.
Everything from
But in the
low-income
long run,
feeding
it'll be
programs,
good for the
child care
country.
programs. Will nothing that the president's doing here in terms of the freeze in these programs raise prices on ordinary Americans?
What particular actions are you referring to that would?
At LHEAP right now, that's the low-income heating program, for example. We can talk about, there's no clarity, so I could refer to a lot of them. We don't know what they are specifically. Can you tell us that LHEAP, that LIHEAP is not one of those affected?
So you're asking a hypothetical based on programs that you can't even identify.
Burn! He burned her. Oh, wow, that he burned her. She burned him.
Medicaid, is that affected?
I gave you a list of examples: Social Security, Medicare, welfare benefits, food stamps that will not be impacted by this federal pause. I can get you the full list after this briefing from the Office of Management and Budget. But I do want to address the cost cutting because that's certainly very important. And cutting the cost of living in this country. President Trump has taken historic action over the past week to do that. He actually signed a memorandum to deliver emergency price relief for American families, which took a number of actions. I can walk you through those. He also repealed many onerous Biden administration regulations. We know over the past 4 years, American households has been essentially taxed $55,000 in regulations from the previous administration. President Trump, with the swipe of his pen, rescinded those, which will ultimately put more money back in the pockets of the American people. So deregulation is a big deal. And then when
Good.
it comes to energy, I mean, the president signed an executive order to declare a national energy emergency here at home, which is going to make America energy dominant. We know that energy is one of the #1
Yeah,
drivers
look at
of
Dubai.
inflation.
We
And
could
so
be
that's
like
why the
Dubai,
president
but
wants
we're
to increase our
stupid.
energy supply to bring down costs for Americans. The Trump energy boom is incoming, and Americans can expect that.
Carolyn, I think some of the confusion I think may be here with this pause on federal funding. You've made it clear you're not stopping funds that go directly to individuals, but there certainly are lots of organizations that receive funding and then may pass along a benefit. Meals on Wheels, for one. They provide meals for over 2.2 million seniors. What is the president's message to Americans out there, many of whom supported him and voted for him, who are concerned that this is going to impact them directly, even if, as you said, the funding isn't coming directly to their
I have now been asked and answered this question 4 times. To individuals at home who receive direct assistance from the federal government, you will not be impacted by this federal freeze. In fact,
So quit
OMB
believing
just
fake
sent out
news
a
that
memo to
says you
Capitol
will
Hill
be.
with Q&A to clarify some of the questions and the answers that all of you are asking me right now. Again, direct assistance will not be impacted. I've been asked and answered about this OMB memo. There's many other topics of the day. Jackie Heimer.
direct assistance, Carolyn, it's going to another organization and then trickling down.
Direct assistance that is in the hands of the American people will not be impacted. Again, as I said to Peter, we will continue to provide that list as it comes to fruition. But OMB right now is focused on analyzing the federal government's spending, which is exactly what the American people elected President Trump to do.
And what about the immigration? Of the 3,500,
What if I told you there is no such thing as no internet? This brand new portable Wi-Fi router provides more features than traditional internet services without ever having to pay for expensive installation fees, contracts, or hidden surprise charges, making typical internet providers totally outdated. It's called Ryoko, and it was developed by former employees of a cable internet company based in Atlanta, Georgia. Their innovation is revolutionizing the way we understand Wi-Fi, already helping Ryoko users save thousands of dollars annually. Major internet providers
What is it, a
are doing their
router?
best to put it out of your reach. During their years of working as technicians, Joseph and
modem?
Mark witnessed how telecom companies trick people. They watched as internet prices were artificially hiked, rising by over 5.8% per year, nearly double the rate of inflation. They saw how the data was
That's
capped,
true.
the speeds were slowed down, and hidden fees were applied.
That is
But they
true.
wanted to change that. Executives were pocketing millions of dollars in roaming fees, knowing full well that
So what are they
older,
trying
less
to sell
tech-savvy
me?
customers wouldn't notice until it was too late. Joseph and Mark were appalled. Equipped with his years of technical expertise, Joseph and Mark decided to put a stop to this. They developed Ryoko, a Wi-Fi on a click router that provides super fast internet no matter where you are. No contracts,
How much does it
no
cost?
hidden fees, no nonsense. When a monopolistic ISP company offered them $4.7 million to obtain the patent, Joseph and Mark declined. They knew this was their strategy to make Ryoko inaccessible for regular customers. Instead, they found trustworthy investors and perfected the device. Unlike traditional limited internet
So what the fuck
providers,
does it
Ryoko
do?
offers a secure and flawless connection anywhere.
For how
at a
much
price
money?
5 to 10 times cheaper than typical ISP plans. Its long-lasting battery lets you stay connected for up to 8 hours, and the state-of-the-art chip technology delivers a connection that can power up to 10 devices at once.
Is it 4G
no more
though?
buffering YouTube videos or interrupted work calls. To save your time and money, Ryoko also blocks all ads, malware, and phishing sites. Just pure, fast, clean connection.
I'm interested.
Whether you're a qualified engineer or a housewife with no prior tech knowledge, setting up Ryoko is a breeze. All it takes is just 2 simple steps. First, press and hold the power button. Then, scan the QR code and you're online. No cables, contracts, or sign-ins required. Ryoko fits in your pocket and works in 76 countries. No more unsafe hotel connections. Ryoko ensures you're always safe and saves you hundreds.
But how much is it?
Since its release, Ryoko has already sold over 1 million units, and it's been praised by personal finance and tech review vloggers. As the word spreads, major internet providers are trying to keep this device out of your hands. It's been blocked from retail stores, forcing it to be sold exclusively online. Now they're trying to take that away too, and it looks like they might succeed. But here's the good news. The creators are organizing a massive, one-of-a-kind 70% sale on Ryoko to establish itself as the new industry standard. This has sent demand through the roof.
You talk too
Paying
much.
your bills on time raises your credit score, right? Wrong. In fact, this is one of the 3 major credit.
on immigration. Of the 3,500 arrests ICE has made so far since President Trump came back into office, can you just tell us the numbers? How many have a criminal record?
Get them fuckers back
All
home.
of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws, and therefore they are.
If I did that
criminals
to
as far
another
as this
country,
administration goes.
I'd
And
get
the
locked up. If I went to fucking China and illegally entered their country and waved an American flag in China, they would put me in jail. No questions asked. Try pulling that shit in China.
Our nation's laws, yes. They are
Or any other country.
On stripping security details for figures like John Bolton.
I don't think there's another country out there where you could go into another country and safely fly the American flag without being imprisoned. Maybe somewhere in Europe. I don't know. Maybe Poland. I don't know. Even Poland. Poland, you might be able to get away with it, but there's not. You definitely ain't gonna get away with that in Afghanistan.
He said that he's seen intelligence and the threat from Iran is real for anyone who
Or
has played a
Mexico.
role in Soleimani's strike.
I guarantee you ain't no flying no USA flag in Mexico. They'll get put in jail for it.
Their family, innocent bystanders, friends, anyone who's near them when they're out in public. Is the president open to reconsidering his decision?
The president was asked and answered this yesterday, and he was firm in his decision despite some of the comments that you had referenced. And he's made it very clear that he does not believe American taxpayers should fund security details for individuals who have served in the government for the
No,
rest
we
of their
shouldn't.
lives. And there's nothing stopping these individuals that you mentioned from obtaining private security. That's where the president stands on it. I have no updates on that.
Is there any concern that this decision might jeopardize the administration's ability to hire the best advisors for these kinds of positions in the future?
No, in fact, I've talked to the presidential personnel office who has told me directly that there is such an influx of resumes for this administration that it's incredibly overwhelming. There is
I filled
no
out an IRS resume, or FBI. It was inspired by the FBI ad.
Do you feel at all that his decision was a factor in that?
The president was asked and answered this yesterday.
Hey, for real though, I did sign up for the fucking, what is it? Not FBI.
Gotten much attention
Secret
for
Service.
4 years, so I'm
To
happy
protect the president. Yeah, that's a joke.
Does the president
I don't know, we'll be back. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Thanks for watching. Trump's our man. Trump's our man. If he can't do it, nobody can. Like, subscribe, share it, thumbs up. Hey, Trump, man, I know it's only been 2 weeks. I was a little harsh on those other videos. God damn, it's cold out. Damn, 6 degrees out. Damn, Trump, sorry I was a little harsh on that, but yeah, I didn't realize you only been in office like barely 2 weeks, but I really need you to get on them. I need you to get them Keystone Pipeline workers back to work, man, ASAP. Like, subscribe, share. We got our president back. About time. Maybe we'll be back, maybe.
Both of the decisions that the previous administration had reversed. So here's my question. Would there be an investigation into who gave the previous administration this terrible advice?
Thank God. There should be.
Discussions about such an investigation, but it wouldn't be a bad idea considering that the Houthis
I like this speaker a lot more than Bozo the Clown that Joe Biden had.
certainly are terrorists. They have launched attacks on U.S. naval ships across this world, and so I think it was a very wise move by this administration to redesignate them as a terrorist group, because they are, and I think it was a foolish decision by the previous administration to do so. As for an investigation, I'm not sure about that, but it's not a bad idea. Josh.
Thank you for the question. I appreciate it. Can you give us an update on the president's plan for his tariff agenda? You spoke a lot about this yesterday, and there's a couple of dates coming up. He's spoken to number one, February 1st. He's alluded to a potential for tariffs for Canada and Mexico, but also China. Take effect on those days. What's he thinking about that?
Yeah.
Could those countries expect that?
Again, he was asked and answered this question this past weekend when he took a lot of questions from the press, and he said that the February 1st date for Canada and Mexico still holds.
China 10% tariff that he also admitted to last Tuesday, going into effect on the same day.
Yeah, the president has said that he is very much still considering that for February 1st.
Yesterday he talked also about sectoral tariffs on, for instance, pharmaceuticals, as well as semiconductor computer chips, ductile steel, aluminum.
Oh, this is a little older.
Timeline on those. Is that a similar to a coming days thing?
Yeah, so when the
Like, subscribe, share. Thanks for watching. We'll be back.
a new announcement. That was within a presidential memorandum.